Open PowerPoint, File menu, New, select a blank document, Design on the ribbon, Custom slide, Orientate to Portrait, Ensure fit, delete the master page components, insert, bring in the phone bezel. This phone bezel has been made to have a background on it, but the actual screen is transparent and it's been saved as a PNG. You will need to move it around to get it in the right location on the page. Then crop in to the edge of the slide area on all the sides. You'll probably need to drag it in a little bit to see where the edge of the slide is. Then some final touches, just pull it. It can overlap the edges of the slide. What we're going to do is we're going to duplicate that slide and duplicate one more time, and that will work as a master page. Now we go to the insert menu, pictures, and this time we're going to bring in an image of the home screen that we want on our first slide. This is just a matter of adjusting it, putting it in the right location. Now you probably see that it's already got the time and the signal and the battery bar on the top. So we'll just get it to cover that up because the phone already has that. We send it to the back and then we move on to our second slide. We now drag out a rectangle shape, drag it to off the slide area once we've got it sized up. Go to the animations. We're going to go for a fly in and change the direction from right. Once we've done that, we need to add another animation to do with fly out, and this needs to be changed to right. Now we're going to copy and we're going to paste. We're going to paste one more time, and now we've got three rectangle shapes. We're going to change the color of each up on the top of the ribbon for the format. Then we need to change the order. So we need to have 1, 6, and then 2, 5, and then finally the 3, 4 is fine. Now we need to drag them to their ending positions, but before we do that, we make sure they're all stacking up correctly. That's fine. We'll just drag them over and place them in position. You may need to nudge them with the arrow keys to get them accurate. Then we just drag the next one again, nudging it to get it into the right position. And then finally, we drag in the last rectangle, again, nudge it to get into the right position. Now click on the phone bezel and go to bring to front, and that will put them all behind the phone bezel. Now when we click the screen, those will come on, and then when we click, they'll pop back off again. Okay, all's well. We go to our third slide. This is going to have a video on, so we put a rectangle on there, we change the fill, make it black. Once we got that, we bring the phone to the front, right mouse click, bring to front, and that will send that behind into the transparent area of the phone. Then we're going to insert video, and this is an ordinary MPEG-4 video. We select the short video, we insert it. Comes in quite large, so we need to scale it down a bit. Now it's always important videos like this are right at the top. You don't want to have them layered below the top layer, or otherwise they won't work. So we need to scale it a little bit. Also, you might find that there's a limit to the controls that appear, so you might find that they may be clipped. Okay, I've sorted that out. I put it into the position it needs to be. Now I move on to my second slide. On here, I'm going to get the rectangle shape. I'm going to drag out a rectangle shape across the top to be a title bar or a tab bar. Now once I've got that, I nudge it into position. I'll leave it as a blue color. Now I move on and I need to get a arrow button for the back. So this is what's going to send us to the back. I just drag it out here, get it reasonably the size and proportions I want. Now I need to have it facing back the other way. Okay, I go to the Range menu and I go to Rotate and I get it to flip horizontal. Once I've done that, I need to change its fill color and I'll make it white. Now I'll move it up into the position. I may need to scale it a little bit more so it's fitting well on the actual title bar at the top. Once I've got that, I right mouse click the phone bezel and I bring that to the front and it'll send that title bar to the back so it fits neatly into or behind the transparent area of the phone. Now I need to click on the arrow and in the insert bar I'm going to insert an action. It's going to be a hyperlink and it's going to go to slide and I want it to go to the home slide, the first one. So I select that. I go down to my third slide, which has the video on. I drag out a rectangle shape. I take the fill and turn it off. And also I take the outline and turn that off. Now I go back to the insert menu. I insert an action, hyperlink to, slide, and this time it's going to go back to the home page as well. Okay, I'm on the home screen for the phone and I need to put two other items on there. I need to drag out two rectangles. I'll just put them over the icons here for the Play Store and the camera. Now I will put an action on it from the insert ribbon. It's going to go to slide and it needs to go to slide 2, the first one. I click on the second one over the phone. I need to go up and put an action on that. It needs to hyperlink and it's going to go to a slide and this is going to go to the third slide and I click OK. Now I shift click both of them. I go to the home and I take off the fill and I take off the outline border. Usually you do that afterwards. Sometimes you lose its selection if you do it before you start linking them. Now if I play that, I click on the icon, I click through and it's pushing them on and then I can go push them back off or pop them and then I can go back. Now I can go to my video. It plays the video to the home. I click back on the home and there we go. We've made a rapid prototype with PowerPoint.